Now Crocky can do a super jump. The first time he performed his new super high jump routine, he did 3 super high jumps and then hopped 5 feet. The second time, he did only 2 super high jumps and then hopped 6 feet. Both times, he covered the same distance. His attempts are shown in the diagram below. How far does Crocky travel in one super high jump? Explain or show how you know. How long is his whole super high jump routine? How can you tell? So looking back at the directions, we are given that he did 3 super high jumps. And remember how I said this is given in the diagram? So I'm looking for 3 super high jumps and then hopped 5 feet. So looking at the diagram and see 1x, 2x, 3x, and it does say first attempt, and then it says 5. And then the second time they're giving me, it says 2 super high jumps. So right here I can see 2 super high jumps, or the unknown they used earlier as well, and then hopped 6 feet, and I see the 6 as a distance. Now, very important information they gave us is they said both times he covered the same distance. So that means if we're looking from beginning to end, we do have the same distance, so we can try to find out what they're asking us. So looking at the directions, it says how far does Crocky travel in one? So one jump. Let's see, it's not a highlighter. So one jump. So if I go in my diagram, it's just I want to see one of these and explain how you know. And then the second direction says, well, how long is the whole thing? So the word whole means from beginning all the way to end, and they're calling it the super high jump routine. So go ahead and pause the video so that you can draw the diagrams. You do want to draw them. And when we're doing super jumps, we're using the same information. So the X from when you're drawing it to be equal pieces, right? So the 3 X's or the 3 unknowns. And then we have a 5. And then we have the same information. So I'm doing my drawing as well. So only 2 X's, same distance because it's the same super high jump. But then we have a 6, and I'm going all the way to the end. And again, this is a diagram. We are looking for the unknown. So looking at the diagram for the same distance from here to here is the whole routine. So I want to compare what I do know and what I don't know. For example, the X in this routine is exactly the same as this routine, so I know that I can don't count it maybe. Here, another X and another X. So up to this place, I can eliminate in a way to that I can consider what really is known, which is the 6. So looks like I have the X plus 5, X plus 5 is exactly the same, and I wrote the 6. So how much does X need to be? I can say equal because of the distance equals 6. So if you don't see the equation, you say, well, what is the number that will make sense for this whole thing to be 6? So it has to be 1. So let's check. If you have 1, 1, so that's 3 plus 5. And so we're checking separately. I'm going to erase that. I was just sharing my thinking. So with 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 5, and then it should work for the other one, except we have 6 and then 2 of the super jumps. So we said that X is 1, so I'm substituting to check. And then plus 6, would that give me the same number? So we have 3 groups of 1 plus, so that gives me 8. And then 2 plus 6 also gives me 8. So that proves that the total distance is 8. And then it works for our super high jump routine. So each one will be 1 foot. So we didn't know what it was. So pause the video and write in complete sentence. So A will be the explanation, which we did a picture and explain. So you could just summarize it in a sentence. And then B is how many feet is the whole thing, which I helped you do as well.